Hi everyone. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Welcome to another episode, to another Retro Game Finds
Here on Player One Start.
It's hard to believe, but I started this series 1 year ago this month. I had been planning to start this series for months before, but I decided there was a perfect opportunity of showcasing some of the game finds after I got back from a trip from Chicago. Whenever I go on trips outside of my area, I always try to stop by at least one retro game store because usually I'm going to find something I can't find in my area. So in honor of the 1 year anniversary, I decided to make a special trip specifically to retro game stores, hoping to collect a personal best for the amount of games I find in a retro game room. This trip actually went over 217 miles, and included about 4 hours of driving. I do have a limited budget going into this, so I can't go over this dollar amount. Let's see what I was able to get.
Hi everyone, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of Retro Game Finds here on Player One Start. So just not too long ago, I took a trip around my area. I decided to call this trip the Triangle because basically what I'm doing is taking a big giant trip in the shape of a triangle around my area. And eventually, around 230 miles later, I ended up making it home. During that time, I was able to stop by some retro game stores. And in the first one, here's what I was able to pick up. I got Gran Turismo 3 for PS2, Gran Turismo 4 for PlayStation 2. I ended up getting 2 copies because this game can be networked. I got Tony Hawk 3. Again, I already have one, but this game can also be networked. Tony Hawk 4. GoldenEye, Rogue Agent. Call of Duty 2, Big Red One, Special Edition. And finally, I got Serious Sam. So this is my entire PlayStation 2 lot. And again, I already own all of these, but the reason why I'm collecting these now is because they're cheap, number one. But number two, I'm actually producing an episode where I'm showing what games are still fun to play on the PlayStation 2 over local LAN networking. So these will be an excellent addition to what I already have, and I look forward to playing these and getting that video out to you as soon as I'm able to finish up my collecting. So this was everything I found at the first store. It was kind of a bust. I was actually looking for more retro gaming things, retro consoles, but I didn't really find anything like that there. They didn't have anything that was unique or anything I needed. So I moved on to another store, another 30 miles away, and I got Dungeon Magic. Oh, this thing has a save battery. Not in terrible shape. It looks like it was a previous rental. And then I got this Secret Scroll Flying Dragon. I always like collecting these games. This is Tengen's Tubin. I don't know if that's any good, I just got it because I like them. Next I got another Capcom game, Destiny of an Emperor. And, as a bonus, came with the manual. Started. Looks like this is all in black and white. And unfortunately, just text. Yeah, sorry. No other pictures, but still cool. Next, I got Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Pool of Radiance. And then I got Lemmings. Gosh, I really enjoyed this game. I didn't enjoy it until later. I used to play it or rent it from the video store here in town. And I had no idea how to play it for the longest time, but once I figured it out, it felt like such a victory. And I still play this every once in a while. Although I already have it for the Super Nintendo, I actually like having this on the Nintendo as well. I'm curious if it runs any better. Was Ikari 3, The Rescue. And if I'm right, this is the third Ikari Warriors game. I already had the first two, so I have this one. Yep, and these two I already had. I think this is related. Is this even by the same people? Other than the official seal of quality and Nintendo's logo? Oh, there it is. SNK. Yep. Gotta be. Okay. Whew. I was like, now wait a minute. That's too much of a coincidence. So these two I didn't purchase, but this one I did. So I already had these two. Alright, but that's not all I got from this store. I also got some Super Nintendo games. This one is Phantom 2040. It says Viacom on there. I'm assuming that this is based off of a TV show, although I'm not sure if I've heard of it. Arrow the Acrobat. I really like collecting Sunsoft games. Sometimes they're very good, sometimes they're not very good, but I got Flintstones, based off of the Flintstones movie that came out in the 90s. And I think that's why I bought it, because I've seen that movie. I've seen it a whole bunch of times. I am not quite sure if I watched it today, if it would be any good, to tell you the truth. I know a lot of people didn't like it back then. Isn't Halle Berry in that movie? Next I have The Adventures of Dr. Franken. I really liked the Game Boy game Dr. Franken, and if I'm correct, this is somehow related to that. Next I got Bonkers and Hook. And the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games are all that I got at the second store. And no, I was mistaken. This bag is also from that other store. So let me go ahead and get these unwrapped. I'll be right back. I also got on Super Nintendo Daffy Duck's The Marvin Missions. And the box art of this game looks pretty good. I actually can't wait to try out this one. And you may notice that it is sealed, but this has been resealed. I did ask them about it. On these games, they seal them up and put the price label on them to kind of preserve them as they are so they don't get damaged. This is very nicely done, but unfortunately not brand new sealed in the box. As far as I can tell, it looks like it's just been resealed. I also got for Sega Genesis. Can you guess the game based on the artwork? If you guessed Phantasy Star 2, you are correct. I already had 4, did not have 2, so now I have 1, 2, and 4. I'm missing Phantasy Star 3, so I'm still on the lookout for that one. And lastly, I got, for the Sega Genesis, Virtual Bart. You know, the label's a little tore up in the corner there, but I mean, overall, it's an acceptable condition to me. At least I can play it. Alright, so let's move on. The last thing I got at this store. Anybody guess? It's a 3D adapter for the Sega Master System. So I actually do have, I'm going to see if I can find it here. So at the moment, I have one 3D Sega Master System game, and that is Space Harrier 3D. This is actually going to be a cool one to try out. So I am looking forward to that. Definitely be a good try out of that. I already bought this a while back, and this is a custom case that I made for it. When I bought it, it was just loose. But right now, that is the only 3D game I have, and I'm looking forward to trying that out with these. Alright, now I am done with that store.
And we are halfway through the trip. 2 stores down, 2 more to go. And because of the amount of items I found on this trip, and because most of you guys tune out by now anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here and continue this trip in a part 2. So far, I have not broken my personal record for games collected. Will I be able to break my personal record with the amount of funds I have left in 2 more stores? Tune in next time on Retro Game Finds. If you like this video and you'd like to help out with future projects on this channel, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Also, if you enjoy the content of this channel, please remember to click on this subscribe button. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see some of the content I've already done, feel free to click on some of the suggestions that are popping up on your screen. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.